So I've already had to do one window regulator on this car, and it was the rear driver's side. And I don't know, a couple weeks ago or something, the passenger side let loose. So I've just had some tape there, and it's kind of almost holding. Today, it's finally time to repair it. It should have been done a long time ago. So I'm going to start by picking off the door panel, getting all my tape out of the road. The regulator I bought as a replacement does not come with a motor. The motor works fine in this. I'll show you actually. I should probably take the tape the rest of the way off. I risk breaking it or something, I don't know. Let's see. It'll roll down, but it won't roll up, I believe. Yeah. Junk. It's just plastic. Anyways, I'm going to start picking away at this door panel and get this off. If I remember correctly, the whole thing just kind of stabbed on and there was a couple screws hidden, I don't know, somewhere. I'll figure it out. Well, that took a whole lot of pulling and prying. Turns out all they are is push-in style clips that are actually reusable for once. In my experience, normally they're those Christmas trees that get like a one-time use, but these are the orange ones here. They're pretty solid. They seem to work okay. And then there's three clip, or I guess there's just two clips down the center here, and those kind of slide into a retainer. These white plastic retainers here. So it's pretty straightforward. So now I'm at the lower section of the door. All I did was unplug the harness from the handle. Now I have to take this plastic skin off, the vapor barrier or whatever, and then I'm able to get to the glass and the guide in there and get to replacing it. I think these are Christmas tree style again. No, I got the center push pin. Cracked. Yeah, we'll see how many of them will come out without destroying them completely. Anyways, I'm going to pick away at that. And we're almost there. Now the nuts come off, and that is what holds the regulator in place. I have to pull the motor and put the motor on the new regulator. So and then the window has these clamps here. You loosen the nut, one on each end, and it releases the clamp and lets the window be free from the old regulator. So that'll be the next job here. Now this is probably difficult to see, but this is the guide. This sits inside the door jamb, or the door like this. This would be the device that actually is attached to the window. Those clamps are what hold the glass. And if you look down that track where that cable is, there's a plastic retainer that's supposed to catch this crimp here on the cable, and that's what broke last time. So it has two spots. That crimp is supposed to stay in between on this plastic clip, so if you drive the motor in the upward direction, it's pushing against the upper clip. The lower direction, it's pulling down. And of course, just the upper brakes. So the cable will still pull the window down, but getting it back up, you have to lift it manually. But they did put nice bumpers on this, so it's not like the window drops and totally smashes in the inside the door or whatever, but that's just what they did. Now the motor is still fine, so that's getting reused. There's the new regulator. It looks the same. The only thing I got to do is pull this motor out and use it again. Find the Torx here. Bingo. Alright, take that motor out. New regulator put together. Just mounted the motor to it. I'm going to lift the window out of the path here so I can get that other one back in place. Of course, if you let it go all the way down, it comes off the track. So I get to play to try to get it back on. not careful, then you buy a new window. Well, sure doesn't sound like I'm being too careful. Alright, so once that's up out of the road, I need something that I can just kind of stick in there momentarily to keep it out of my way. This hole will work just fine. That's just keeping that window from dropping and smashing into the door. Let's hope it stays there. As I said, now I mounted the new the old motor to the new regulator. It bolted right up. It's nothing really fancy. And then all I got to do is plug that sucker in. To go on the glass. Snug this thing up. The window's slowly going down on its own. Actually, you'll see it go right into the rubber grippers down there. And there it is. It's seated in there. I'll have to raise the window up in order to tighten those. I think I can get one up here. The other one I can get pretty well anywhere in the range of this. Then it's just reassembly. Tighten these suckers down, because I know they're still loose. Okay, so here. Alright. It's tucked in here. Now to put the window up and see what's going to happen. I don't remember if it works, if the buttons are plugged in or not from the door panel, but I can do it from the driver's side at the very least. I had tape on there, so it was reminding me not to push anything that I wasn't supposed to here. Okay, should be able to get that one for sure. Snug up the clamp. There we go. Thread lock on those. Then the other one, I'll have to get up here. Pull that tape off now so it's out of the way. There it is. Like no. Alright, now I'm going to put the rest of the car back together. Of course, some of those old brittle clips crack like crazy when you take them apart, so I'll just get as many in as I can. It's going to be good enough. The door panel jams on top of that black plastic there anyway, so. Perfect. Works like new. Once I wipe off those greasy fingerprints, we should be fine. Didn't take me that long to do this either, which is a plus. I never remember how to do this type of thing. It's been a long time since I did that rear door, and they're very similar. Sometimes the door panel has screws hidden in places with covers over top. This one So really you just have to pull and it kind of comes apart that way. But this is an '04 Deville. It's not, you know, it's not anywhere near a new car, so all kinds of stuff has been starting to go wrong with it. All of a sudden the heated seats on the passenger side don't seem to want to work. I think the cooled seat still works. Last night on the way home, the heated seat on the driver's side started acting up. I don't think it's fuses because I can hear the relays clicking. I'm gonna key if it's on the ignition here. As soon as it's quiet, I'll push the seat switch, and you can hear a click. It comes from the dash, I think. Okay, the cold should be activating the blower. For some reason it's backwards. The heated seat's activating the cooled seat. So I wonder if the cooled seat... Oh, I don't know. I don't understand it. Should be no fan motor on when I turn the heated seat. Whatever. Okay, well the window works. That's one down and about 1 million to go. But what you gonna do?